2. Unmatched cross-market adaptability. Jungkook's mastery of global appeal. In today's saturated music and entertainment industry, a core challenge for any artist is transcending regional limitations. Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, has demonstrated a strategic strength that few of his contemporaries, either in the K-pop industry or in the Western music scene, have fully mastered: cross-market adaptability. This refers not merely to language versatility or fashion sense, but a comprehensive ability to resonate with diverse global audiences across markets, industries, and cultural boundaries. Strategic positioning across global markets. Jungkook's career trajectory, particularly since his solo debut, has shown a deliberate approach to breaking traditional industry silos. His musical releases, ranging from collaborations with American producers to Korean-rooted ballads, reveal a multi-layered strategy that targets not just his home market, but also North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. Unlike Western pop stars who primarily cater to English-speaking audiences, Jungkook has positioned himself as a multi-platform figure. For instance, the release of his English-language single 7, featuring Latto, was more than just a musical collaboration. It was a market-specific move that strategically blended K-pop vocal tonality with mainstream Western rhythms, making it palatable for both American radio formats and global streaming algorithms. The result was a Billboard Hot 100 debut at No. 1, something few non-Western artists have ever achieved. Simultaneously, his choice to maintain certain Korean language tracks in his discography demonstrates respect for his origin while still navigating international demand. This bi-directional approach is a rare strength. He expands into foreign markets without abandoning his base, unlike some Asian artists who make a full pivot toward Westernization. Cultural versatility beyond language. Jungkook's appeal is not solely rooted in linguistic choices. Cultural adaptability plays a major role in his global advantage. In interviews, appearances, and social media content, Jungkook projects a personality that can adapt to various audience expectations without compromising authenticity. For instance, in American press tours, he projects the professionalism expected in Western celebrity culture, concise, self-aware, and stylishly neutral in tone. Conversely, his appearances on Korean variety shows or live streams often show a more candid, relaxed, and culturally resonant version of himself that aligns with Korean entertainment norm. This dual-mode public persona increases his relevance in each market without creating a disjointed image. It ensures that fans in different countries see a version of Jungkook that aligns with their media cultures while still acknowledging that he is a single, consistent figure. It's a rare feat to avoid alienating any core segment of a global fanbase while expanding reach. Brand collaborations that reflect cross-sector value. Jungkook's association with Calvin Klein is a case study in cross-sector adaptability. Rather than becoming a one-time promotional face, Jungkook has helped reposition the brand for a younger, more international demographic. His Calvin Klein campaigns are not just regionally confined to Korea. They feature on billboards in Tokyo, Times Square, and major fashion capitals. The campaigns avoid leaning exclusively into K-pop aesthetics and instead adopt a hybrid visual language that combines minimalist Western style with Jungkook's uniquely fluid image. This kind of alignment is not common. American pop stars often act as static brand ambassadors for US-centric campaigns, while K-pop idols are traditionally used in Asia-focused advertisements. Jungkook disrupts this model. His image is effectively leveraged to represent the brand globally, suggesting a level of translatability and market relevance that Western artists like Shawn Mendes or even Harry Styles have not fully achieved in Asian markets. Platform: dominance without market saturation. Jungkook's digital strategy reinforces his cross-market effectiveness. His performances on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube avoid oversaturation. While many Western celebrities flood their followers with daily updates, Jungkook maintains a relatively selective digital footprint. When he does appear, whether via Weverse live streams or TikTok challenges, it generates immediate viral traction across linguistic and national divides. For example, a simple 10-second video of Jungkook participating in a dance trend often leads to thousands of recreations from fans in Brazil, India, and Germany. His digital reach becomes a measurable export of soft power. Moreover, by avoiding frequent, casual digital engagement, Jungkook sustains a premium value on his visibility, an effective contrast to many US celebrities who dilute their influence through excessive content output. A skill set aligned with industry shifts. The global music industry is shifting toward decentralized stardom. Major labels are no longer the sole gatekeepers. Algorithm-based streaming and short-form content define who gets attention. Jungkook's adaptability is structurally aligned with this shift. Rather than fighting the trend by staying rigidly within the K-pop framework or fully transitioning into a Western format, Jungkook sits in the hybrid space that streaming platforms prefer: easily discoverable, sonically versatile, and socially viral. Additionally, his vocal range, capable of both Western pop ballads and Korean R&B, enables producers to plug him into a wider range of genres and collaborations than most other singers. He is a low-risk, high-yield investment for collaborators in multiple regions. The gap with other pop stars. When comparing Jungkook with global peers, the gap in adaptability becomes clear. For example, Billie Eilish, though musically innovative, primarily operates within a Western context. Her brand, while global, doesn't intentionally translate across non-Western cultures. Meanwhile, K-pop idols like Taemin or IU are celebrated domestically but lack Jungkook's layered global positioning. Similarly, American artists such as Justin Bieber or Charlie Puth occasionally collaborate internationally but still retain a primarily Western market focus. Their success depends on the infrastructure of English-language media and doesn't scale across regions as effortlessly. Jungkook, on the other hand, activates a balanced triad: Korean cultural relevance, Western market penetration, and international fan participation. In summary, Jungkook's ability to transcend regional formats without losing cultural anchoring gives him a formidable lead in today's global entertainment structure. His cross-market adaptability is more than a stylistic choice. It's a fully formed strategy, one that allows him to operate fluidly where others are still adjusting. 1. Dual industry dominance. Music and fashion integration that sets the standard. While many artists strive to leave an imprint in either the music industry or the fashion sector, very few have been able to integrate both at a high-performance level. Jungkook has successfully established himself as a consistent figure of influence in both realms simultaneously. His dual industry dominance is not simply a byproduct of popularity, it's a calculated advantage that few global stars have fully optimized. This multi-sectoral relevance doesn't just increase his market value, it sets a new benchmark for what it means to be a global pop icon in the 21st century. Fashion as a strategic extension, not a side project. Historically, musicians have dabbled in fashion through brand endorsements, capsule collections, or runway appearances. However, these involvements are often temporary and inconsistent. Jungkook's presence in the fashion world, particularly through his collaboration with Calvin Klein, is part of a larger, well-integrated branding ecosystem. His role isn't that of a celebrity sponsor. It's more akin to a long-term strategic ambassador who reshapes brand identity for a new era of consumers. This is not just a Korean campaign that features Jungkook. His face is prominently positioned in global Calvin Klein flagship stores, international campaigns, and digital advertisements targeting diverse regions. His influence is tangible in both luxury fashion circles and youth streetwear markets. By maintaining a consistent global brand image that aligns with evolving fashion sensibilities, casual minimalism, athletic form, and gender-neutral design, Jungkook doesn't just wear Calvin Klein, he amplifies and helps redefine its relevance. Compare this with other artists like Rihanna or Pharrell Williams, who have entered fashion with independent lines or creative director roles. While influential, their fashion pursuits often run parallel to music, occasionally diverging in tone or target demographic. Jungkook achieves full synergy. His music videos, live performances, and street appearances all align with the visual language his fashion partnerships promote. Performance visuals as a fashion vehicle. Another reason Jungkook's fashion dominance is structurally impactful lies in how his stage performances serve as real-time, high-exposure fashion content. Every stage outfit, airport appearance, and editorial photo shoot contributes to a coherent, personal style architecture. His fashion choices are not static or experimental for shock value. Instead, they are carefully balanced between current trends and brand-aligned aesthetics. For example, his minimalist airport looks often featuring monochrome tones, slim silhouettes, and tailored outerwear complement his Calvin Klein persona. This consistency builds trust and anticipation among fashion followers. It also provides an ongoing runway that few Western pop stars maintain. While many artists rely on red carpet events or Fashion Week appearances to maintain visibility in the industry, Jungkook's fashion reach is embedded in his routine media exposure. His stylists, rather than dressing him solely for impact, align each look with a broader visual strategy. Whether it's oversized denim jackets in magazine shoots or sleeveless tops in music video teasers, the looks serve both musical and fashion narratives, which makes the integration seamless. Music that translates visually and commercially. Jungkook's music also supports his fashion persona. His visual music content, such as the Standing Next to You performance video or the 7 official MV, are cinematic in styling, featuring highly curated wardrobe design that mirrors luxury branding. These aren't random stylings. They are coherent extensions of his Calvin Klein alignment. His fashion positioning is woven directly into the visual delivery of his songs, making each release a multi-sensory branding event. This dual-channel impact, oral and visual, is underutilized by most Western pop stars. Even artists with strong fashion influence, like Harry Styles, often separate fashion theatrics from music performance. In Jungkook's case, the integration allows for a symbiotic relationship. His fashion elevates the music's appeal, and the music amplifies the fashion's impact. Audience demographics across sectors. Jungkook's integrated influence also allows him to span two distinct but overlapping audience types: music consumers and fashion consumers. In the music world, his reach spans Gen Z and millennial listeners across Asia, Europe, and the Americas. In fashion, his Calvin Klein campaigns appeal not only to fans, but also to fashion-forward audiences who may not engage with K-pop directly. This dual demographic advantage increases his commercial leverage. Advertisers and brand partners see him as a conduit to reach multiple markets efficiently. His fans are not just streaming music, they are purchasing fashion products, creating a high-conversion ecosystem rarely achieved by music artists. His ability to influence direct consumer behavior in both music charts and product sales adds an economic layer to his global power. Even within the BTS fandom, Jungkook's solo fashion influence stands apart. His individual Weverse posts showing Calvin Klein merchandise often trigger immediate sales spikes, as tracked by online retail analytics. His individual posts and appearances carry brand momentum equal to, and sometimes exceeding, the group's collective impact. That's not common in group-based music systems. Brand credibility and market influence. The fashion world is notoriously difficult to enter credibly. Many musicians attempt fashion crossovers but are either rejected by luxury circles or reduced to niche collaborations. Jungkook bypassed this hurdle by aligning with an already established global brand and then elevating its image through a well-managed rollout. He did not try to create a brand from scratch or engage in high-risk fashion ventures. Instead, his Calvin Klein partnership was executed with precision. Early teasers, timed global releases, and synchronized appearances at major events like the Calvin Klein flagship opening in Tokyo. Additionally, fashion media such as Vogue, GQ, and Hypebeast have begun covering Jungkook as a legitimate fashion icon, not merely a celebrity endorser. This indicates acceptance into fashion's inner circle. His editorial shoots are styled to be competitive with the best in the industry, and his presence in fashion coverage is increasing independently of BTS as a group. This is a sign of sustainable individual branding. Compare this to Western pop stars who often struggle with fashion credibility. For example, while artists like The Weeknd or Camila Cabello may occasionally appear in campaigns, they rarely generate industry-level influence or shift fashion culture. Jungkook does, and he does so while continuing to release hit music.